Is this Taboo Topic Tuesday? Technically it is.
Yeah, go with that.
Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to Taboo Topic Tuesday!
I actually forgot it. I went happy and I was like, that's not right.
God, Super Hot Sunday! That's what you were going to say!
I don't know what I was going to say, but my mum knows the intro better than I do.
Well, I might have appeared on your channel once or twice.
Sorry, my back's so clicky from sitting here. So, hello and welcome. We are back with another Taboo Topic Tuesday, even though I didn't know how to say it.
Why are you talking so quickly?
Because I felt like saying Taboo Topic Tuesday really quickly. Anyway, we're already annoying and it's been 5 seconds, aka I'm being annoying. But hi, this is Mama Grimes. I'm Misha. Hello and welcome. We are mother and daughter, as you may have guessed. I am the mother, evidently. You know, you can see my wrinkles from here. I actually do have wrinkles, but we won't go there. So, today we're going to be doing a taboo topic. I actually would say that it is, because mother and daughter relationships are a complicated one. They are one with lots of trials, tribulations, dramas, etc.
Love, excitement,
hate, anger.
Oh, okay.
So we would get into the nitty gritty of how we have the relationship that we do, answer a few of your guys' questions. It sounds like it won't be that drama filled, but I feel like it will, so stay tuned. Also, we have filmed a video over on Mum's channel, which is already live, where we spoke about jealousy between a mother and daughter relationship, and I think it was a really good video. So I'd go and check it out. I will link it down below, and I promise I'll remember, Mummy. But I asked you guys questions on Insta. We're gonna get going. Let's have a look. Oh, someone's asked you, do you ever not like each other?
Yes, every day!
We are the people that, if anyone else was in here, they would probably think we actually hate each other. Yeah. Because we argue and forgive like 5 seconds later.
We had a very big argument that ended in tears.
Yeah, it did.
Lasted
I don't
for
think
about...
you cried, I think I cried.
Lasted... premenstrual.
Yeah.
Lasted for about 5 minutes. Found us in the kitchen. I love you.
And then I saved the day and fixed Mama's fish and chips order. So no, we definitely like don't think just because when we come on YouTube videos that we're all like happy, lovey, bubbly. Like we're not like that all the time. It wouldn't be normal. Like every single relationship's gonna have its struggles.
But you know, we definitely argue less than what we get on with each other.
Oh yeah. And we're also like silly. And we like forgive each other instantly because we know it isn't like a big thing. You know what I mean? Like it's not something we're not going to lose sleep over.
No, but I think the key thing is because we've got a very open relationship, and as a result, you know, barriers are kind of...
I agree with that though. I think you're more open to having complications and differences of opinion when you're more open with someone because there's more topics to cover and there's more things to have a difference of opinion on.
Absolutely. And whenever we go out, I always let Misha take control, and I always say to everyone, have you met my mother? Doesn't she look good for her age? So...
It's because Mum can't be bothered to figure out the travel most of the time.
Because I know it and I've travelled and I'm on my way out and you are on your way up.
We kind of covered this in Mum's video, but do you think there is such a thing as too close? People think me and my mum are too close. Now, I got a lot of comments like that when I was at school. People would say that me and you were too close, which they weren't actually wrong, but for us at the time, it was right for us, and we didn't see it. It's one of those things that you don't see something until you're out of it. And I feel like, have we been on we started our YouTube, well, my YouTube, when we were in that place. So you guys probably, but I don't think people would have picked up on the difference. They might have picked up on the difference in terms of more vlogs or without you, when I was seeing other people and things like that. But in terms of our relationship and our chemistry on camera, I don't think anything would have noticeably changed.
No,
because
but
that hasn't. No, but that hasn't changed.
No.
But our way of living together has changed, I would say.
So when Misha was growing up, we had the same interests. She introduced me to pageants, and also she was doing some modelling at a very, very early age. So naturally...
We were just very similar. I was like a mini mum. Mini me.
So I was taking her on various trips to various pageants, choosing various dresses. We had so much in common. There was a little pageant community. We were always...
It was all we'd speak about.
Yeah, it was all we speak about. And then we realised that we were probably overplaying it.
And we were probably not giving other people enough space to have a relationship with each of us.
Yes.
Particularly obviously mum and dad. I know a lot of like mothers and parents fall into the situation, which I'm not saying is a negative, of once you have a child, dedicating your life to them and making them your #1 priority, which I think is so okay, especially when they're a lot younger.
But not when you're 18.
But when you get older, you kind of need to drop them off, not literally obviously, and go, okay, it's time for you to do some learning on your own. You don't need me by your side. And it was a both of us thing, like we both wanted each other there, but we just realised in time that we needed to live our lives separately as well as together, because otherwise we didn't want to be 75 and 55 and just the two of us, and like me never have done anything with my life because I haven't wanted to leave my mummy's side. Which if you're watching this and that's your current situation, you're happy, you go Glen Coco. But we just wouldn't have got to where we are right now if we'd stayed in the relationship that we had.
No, happily married. Excuse me.
You okay? Do you want some water? Okay, people are talking about respecting each other's privacy. And this is something my mother is not very good at, I will tell you that here and now. She's got a little bit better recently. She no longer barges into my bedroom as me and Jake are...
I never barge into your bedroom, I'm sorry.
No, but you do make me laugh that you knock, and I'm like, luckily you've never knocked and we've been, you know, at it. But if you had, like, she's outside the door, imagine, like, what would we do? Just go, 1 second, and then start like putting on our clothes. Like, how obvious would that be?
Okay, I think in the time that Misha's been with Jake, I've come up to the bedroom once, which was this weekend, because I called her, I called him on FaceTime, I've tried everything. She forgot to put a thumbnail on her video, and it looked horrific.
And it was like a blurry
one.
I had up for like 3 hours.
But I've got to say, I've got to admit it, that I made a conscious effort not to put my big nose into, you know, jump into bed in the morning, you know, have
because
cuddles.
Again, we have a very close relationship. That's what me and mum do to each other. But when there's a third person involved,
and Mish, there is a huge difference, isn't there?
Yeah, I think. I know I probably shouldn't say this, but I will. I learned a lot from my previous relationship on family and a boyfriend, because I hadn't had a boyfriend since I was like 16. So it's obviously very different being in a relationship then to being in a relationship when I'm 20. Because I'm more of an adult, but I still live at home. So I definitely learned a lot, and I think you also learned a lot.
I did. I think I was over familiar.
Yeah, but that's because that is the people that we are.
But sometimes...
But also Jake is so different that I think he's good for us. Not that mum's in a relationship with him.
So I think from the mother's point of view, I think I've learned that it's good to know, but it's also good not to know.
She's lying. She's absolutely lying.
No, I don't. I mean, it's just, to me, it's not. Mish, have you had an orgasm? You know, to me, it's normal. You know,
but she is strange for being like
I am very strange.
But we have always been very much a family that joke about sex. Luckily Jake isn't petrified by that, and he finds it really entertaining.
But I've never had the conversation in front of Jake.
What do you mean? We've made jokes about sex before.
Have we? In front of Jake?
100%.
Does that mean you're having sex with him?
You're so funny.
Oh, God, didn't know.
You
Did not know.
So funny.
Oh yes, you've been on holidays and you shared the same room. I just remembered. But I didn't ask you any questions when you got back, did I? Thank you.
But mum is very much like a bit telepathic. So it's even back to like when I lost my virginity, like mum just knew. And it's the exact
smell it.
Oh, that's disgusting. And it's the exact same situation this time around, that mum can just, and I can't lie. So I'm not, if mum ever asks me something, I'm not gonna be like, no, because I'd just giggle and it would give it away. So I just don't even try, you know. We're very honest with each other. But we also are learning not to overstep the mark.
But if you didn't want to answer, you tell me mind your own business. And I don't think I ever
Mum only asks me those questions because she knows that I will want to talk about it. And I think you've also learned in the past 6 months that I actually am really bad at talking about things, and sometimes I need to be held down and forced to talk about it, because otherwise I will bottle it up for months and months and months and then explode. That's me in a nutshell. Woo! Lucky you. It's your fault, you birthed that.
That's it.
Okay, so What to say when your mum is too opinionated about friendships and relationships?
Never done it. Never done it, hand on heart. I never try to influence my girls in terms of friendship groups or boyfriends. Never,
Mum said stuff to me and probably to Anya about the other person's friendships and boyfriends because she would have wanted to vent.
Yes.
But Mum's always let us make our own mistakes.
Yeah.
And Mum's actually not the one to say I told you so after. That is my sister Anya.
Yes.
Anya is the one to go, well, I told you so. I told you they were a bad person. Whereas, I don't know. I also think me and you have a very similar taste in people.
Yeah. I think the only time I would do it is if I thought that someone was taking Misha down the wrong path of, you know, drugs, alcohol abuse, whatever, or if that person was unkind to Misha, then I would have to say something.
But that's just a human thing rather than a mother thing. Because even if you had a friend and your boyfriend was horrendous to you, your friend would say something eventually.
Yeah, and Misha, you gotta admit it that I don't take your side. I take
really
the right
annoying
side. So she'll come into me and she'll sometimes vent about something, a friend or something like that, and I go and say, no, Misha, I'm sorry, I agree with that.
It's so
just
annoying.
Because she's my daughter doesn't mean that I'm gonna be,
you know, when you just want someone to agree with you.
Yeah.
Chloe is that person. Chloe will agree with me no matter what.
Really?
We will naturally know. We see things very similarly, but then also we will call each other out when we're being idiots.
Okay.
But you know, if you want to have a bitch about someone, Chloe is the best person to have a bitch about someone with.
No, I tell her off.
Whereas, like, I don't know, like someone like Nina will like show both sides and wait for there to be more proof of, like, you know, again, friends have different like uses and family members have different uses.
Uses?
You know what I mean?
Like,
no, but you know what I mean.
You learn different things.
Yeah, and you know, you go to them for different things.
Absolutely. She has to make her own mistakes. You have to make your own mistakes.
And if you are in the position where your mum is kind of, or not even your mum, your dad, your significant other, anyone in your life, if they are meddling a bit too much, I know it would be so easy to just like gloss over it and also pretend.
Also depends on what age you are.
Yes. Yeah. But I am learning more and more as I go through life. And to be fair to Kobe, he has always said this since the beginning when we were in our relationship, that he would always speak the truth and he wouldn't bottle something up. Obviously, I did the absolute opposite. But I do recognise in myself that I have picked up that trait from him.
Oh, good.
And I'm now consciously making an effort to, if something bugs me, actually say something about it. And people that I'm with, if they're going through a similar thing and someone's annoying them and like it's a valid reason to be annoyed, I'm encouraging them to say something because I've learned in this whole experience that it's better to say something now and then than let it bottle up for 6 months and then explode.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I would say something to your mum or your significant other, whoever it is. You don't even have to be rude. You could just say like, I understand that I'm your daughter and you want the best for me, but some of these decisions I'm going to have to make myself and I'm going to have to learn my own way.
Yeah.
Simple as.
Yeah. We mothers naturally want to protect you kids from making mistakes, but unless you make a mistake and unless it hurts, you're not gonna learn. No.
And I've always said that, like, when I'm like having a mental breakdown and crying my eyes out, I take a photo and people are like, are you actually alright? And I'm like, it's all part of the story. Just because I've ended a friendship with someone, a relationship with someone, doesn't mean I'm going to delete and bin everything that I ever had to do with them. For me, it's all part of the story of life, and I see it as a positive rather than a negative.
It's so cute. She's actually got on the top of her wardrobe, she's got a little memory box.
I've got so many things. I've not got a little memory box. Lovely. The entire top of my wardrobe is just full of memories.
My wardrobe now.
Well, yeah, because we switched rooms. Anything you don't feel comfortable discussing?
You or me?
Both. I mean, I don't want Mum to tell me about her sex life, but she still does like to throw a few tips in there and a few hints.
From my point of view, and this is a video that maybe we'll do on my channel one day, which is how much, you know, should I share with Misha. My girls are an enormous emotional support to me when I've had a bad day, or when, you know,
that's coming age, you know, it hasn't been since the beginning.
When there are issues that we have to face, that every human being on this planet has to face, they pull me together.
But that is because we are now of an age where we can do that.
But
whereas
I feel
when we were like 16, I don't think we still would have been the same support.
I wouldn't have told you.
Well, that's the difference. I think you've also got to understand that, again, your parents are probably looking out for you, and although it might be really annoying that you're not getting told the details of this and that, but it's a bit like if you look back to the Sue situation where Mum didn't tell me that her best friend had died because I wasn't ready for it. And although you might think you're ready for something, to know about something, your parents do have your best interest at heart. So you've kind of just got to trust them at the end of the day. You always take on board the advice Mama Grimes gives you. It's gonna cut out. I think when I was younger, I would take Mum's word as the Bible, and I would think that that was completely right. Now that I'm older, I have my own opinions,
she does.
And my own ways of looking at things. So now, no, I don't like agree with everything that Mum says, or I don't listen to everything Mum says, because I've grown into my own person and I have my own opinions. So we do have differences of opinions on things, and that's natural because the older I get, the more
opinionated she becomes.
Yeah, literally. And obviously the more of my own person I'm gonna become. So it is natural to have differences of opinions.
But also I do honestly feel that you do, when I make my point, you do listen to
I
it.
actually will give myself credit that I will admit when I am wrong. You can't do that. You physically cannot apologise.
I'm never wrong.
She has probably said the word sorry about 3 times in her life.
Sorry. No, but what I'm trying to say is that Misha is stubborn, and when it comes to YouTube, she knows it all. So if I ask her for any advice and I do something different, she shouts at me. But when it comes to life experience, business advice, I mean, she's at the beginning, obviously me and Papa Grimes were there supporting her.
Every single email I'd ring and go, what's my reply? How do I type it?
But now she only comes to us when it is difficult, and I think that you do listen.
No, I do agree.
I do.
Because at the end of the day, I know that my parents have run their own business for years and years, and I know that they do know best in those situations. But I also know people, like friends, that parents are obviously in the current situations, like things changing with jobs, and if you've been in a job and you're like an adult and you've been in it for like 10-15 years, the world of employment is completely different to the one in which you went into. It's now a complete new world, and that is where I think some parents might struggle with the fact that their kid might know more, but Mum actually, in things that I do know more, most of the time takes it on board, and I think in things that you know more, I do most of the time take it on board.
Yeah, absolutely. She always says, Mum, that picture won't do well on Instagram, and she's always right.
I know the best.
Kasia_Grimes.
Was there ever a time where you weren't as close as you are now? Now that is the interesting thing, because growing up I wasn't that close with you.
No.
I don't know when the switch happened.
I remember I remember when I broke my hand, and Anya was completely oblivious. Anya was maybe because you were younger. Anya was my carer, basically, bless her cotton socks. I honestly think it was pageants.
But it was before then. It was before then.
Yeah, I think it's because we are so
I was
similar.
like 6 or 7 when that happened, so I think it was when I was about 10 or 12. I think it also went for the stage of Anya was older than me, so she started hanging out with her friends.
Yes.
So then it was just like me and the family, you know what I mean? I was very dependent growing up on the family. I wasn't really a friends person. I'm still not per se in comparison to some other people.
Yeah, but we always had girls round for sleepovers.
Yeah.
But I was you always had a best friend.
Oh god, yeah, but I was still more of a family person than a friend person. Yeah, I've always been like that, and I think I always will be like that.
Yeah, so whenever I used to go out when Misha was young, she'd literally cry her eyes out. She thought I was never going to come back.
I couldn't cope if Mum went out for dinner.
She could not, but that's why I didn't tell her about my friend passing away, because I was concerned that she'd think every time I go out, I'm not going to return. So, yeah. Being close is such a strange word, because we're definitely not as close as what we used to be, but it's actually better that way.
I think some people see the word close as only a positive, when it can actually have negative consequences. So I think it should more be a healthy relationship. That's what you aim for.
Yeah, and also,
you work towards.
And never at a cost of someone else.
So I feel like actually one of the most popular questions that I've actually kind of just somehow blanked out is how you have a close relationship, because I know a lot of people struggle in that department. As I said, mother and daughter relationships, mother and stepdaughter, any kind of relationships like that
with a mother figure,
are very difficult, and you go through your turbulent times and you go through your peaks and your troughs. So people want to know how to fix that or create that bond. And I would say it's time. You can't expect overnight to just suddenly be glued at the hip. Can that phone pee off? You've had too many phone calls today already. So I just think it's time, both putting in the effort, because you can't have one person putting in all the effort. It needs to be 50-50. And just patience and listening to each other, really, which I'm not very good at listening. Anything more you want to add on how to be close?
I think, again, close is such a weird word. So I'm close to Anya, and I'm close to Misha,
but in very different
ways.
I'm
close in completely different ways. So I have never got on with my mum, and if I had a quick fixed, this is how you do it,
you would have done it.
I would have sold it 20 times over, and I would have been a multi-billionaire. But till this day, me and my mum don't get on. And I think it's because our core, in a lot of ways, is the same. Because, you know,
I think it's the thing that I always come back to, that you might be the same at the core. But if what's the word that I always use? Kind of your ways of life are different. And maybe your morals a little bit.
No, I think our morals are the same, but we just...
Your ways of going about them are probably different.
I mean, I've got irritating qualities, no doubt.
Oh, God,
you know, and I'm very, very different from my mum. She is... I'm very...
I think personality-wise you're different, but maybe at the core you're similar. So that is where definitely. You break each other.
But I left home when I was 18, so I never really had a chance to make that relationship work. And I know, you know, when people say to you, if there is one thing, if you had a magic wand, if there is one thing that you would change, it'll be it. So I think having not experienced the closeness, whatever it may mean, went out of my way, tried extra hard to compensate, to make up for what I did not have. It does not mean that my mum was wrong, or it does not mean that I was wrong. Just together we did not glue. So I don't know, I don't want to put percentages on it, but when I look around,
I think the thing is, you can want a close relationship, but some people aren't going to mesh together, and just because you're family doesn't mean that you are.
You can choose your friends, but you can't choose your family.
And you can try your absolute most, but sometimes you might just have to accept that that is the relationship that you have.
And
I just got to work the best with
it. And I love my mum, and my mum loves me. We just don't get on. You know the difference? Do we know the difference? But no one has said that your mother has to be your best friend. No. You know, no. I mean, it's lovely when it's there. Excuse me, I'm boring you. It's lovely when it's there.
But it might not suit you, it might not suit them. Everyone is different.
Exactly. And you know, I think about it. If something happened, who would I call first?
Your mum? Me? Dad?
But if you asked me that question a few years ago, the answer would have been Misha.
Oh, really?
And that's probably not right.
Yeah, but Dad also knows the answer to everything.
Yeah,
so I
well,
think
that's another story.
Dad.
Yeah.
Everyone in our family
would you call Misha?
I would call Dad. Depends what it is, though.
Depends
like,
what
if
it
I'd broken the car on the side of the bloody highway, I'd be calling Dad. Whereas if, I don't know, something emotional was happening, I'd call you. And I think probably vice versa. I don't know if you're having an emotional breakdown if you'd necessarily go to Dad. I think you're
definitely not.
My dad's not an emotional person.
No.
We love him for it. But we make up for the hormones that he doesn't seem to have. Have you ever showered together? Bit of a weird question, I'm not going to lie. That's a bit odd.
I've washed Misha's bag. We've had a bath together. We used to
have that bubble bath.
Yeah, we used to have like a jacuzzi bath.
We haven't done that in like 10 years.
It doesn't mean that we wouldn't do it. It's just she's never available for my baths.
Also,
we don't
have a big enough bath in this house. At Lakes, there's a huge like bubble bath. So we
at our rental home.
And obviously, I was a lot smaller, so I could fit in the bath with Mum. Whereas now, it would literally be like 2 bloody whales in a fish pond.
What, you called me a whale?
I called myself one too.
Excuse me, I know put a little bit of weight. You see those double chins?
No, I don't mean it like that. It's just 2 of us getting in a tiny bath would not be a vibe.
I think this is what upsets me.
Sorry.
I think this is what upsets me, that some people put a sexual connotation.
Yes.
Someone once said the way that they talk about sex
is weird and shouldn't be.
Is weird, and it's like
you shouldn't talk like that with your mum.
Unhealthy, you know, in a weird kind of way, if you know what I mean. And you know,
our relationship is. Our relationship at the end of the day, we're happy talking about what we want to talk about. The fact we put it on the internet obviously means we are putting ourselves out there for people to make opinions on it, and I get that nobody else will necessarily have the same relationship, because every relationship is different with every person on this planet. But also don't judge somebody else's relationship. Because every single person is different and it works for each person.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. But all I can say is, you know, your mothers do have your best interests at heart,
even if they have a funny way of showing it sometimes.
And you know, we are old, and I mean, I am such an old mother. You know, I had Misha at the age of 37, so actually it's quite weird that we do get on, because there's such a big generation gap. So do consider that, like, some things, oh my god,
the ways of life are completely different.
I irritate her so much with some of the things that I just don't understand and never will, because
I meet other people's mums and I'm like, I should actually cut mum more slack. She's way more switched on.
I edit my own videos, I'll let you know. Thank you.
Anyway, we're going to wrap up this video because my aubergines are probably burned to a sheet, and mum's got her salmon on the way. So we're gonna love you guys and leave you. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Make sure to go and check out mum's, and let us know any more topics you want us to cover. I know you guys love videos of mum, which is great. I'm thinking we should do a challenge again soon, maybe. Let us know what
kind of challenge,
shop, little genre, theme you want us to do, because yeah, that'd be fun.
Why is she unzipping my top? See what I mean? Over familiar.
Anyway, we love you guys lots. Make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.
Bye.
Bye.